Hey, Angelica, you big fat grotesque cave troll. You wouldn't be planning on coming to my wedding, would you? Because I'll have you know, my wedding is not the kind of place for a piece of subhuman trash like you. You're sadly mistaken if you think I'm gonna let in, so you needn't bother showing up in the first place.
Wow, Jesus, Lizzie, where the hell did all that come from? Big, fat, grotesque cave troll? Thanks, sweetie, I see you're just as charming as ever. Anyway, this is the first time I've heard anything about you getting married. Your private life isn't my concern, and to be honest, I literally couldn't care any less about your wedding if I tried.
I'm so sorry, darling, but it looks like your younger, more beautiful, more intelligent, more popular younger sister is getting married before you. Sucks to be you, huh? Oopsie, what am I like? Let's face it, realistically, a big, ugly cave troll like you was never going to be able to bag herself any man, let alone the kind of high-rolling stud I managed to bag for myself. Better luck in the next lifetime.
Oh, you're so charming, Lizzie. What did I do to deserve such a wonderful little sister? Anyway, why don't you want me to come? I feel like it'd be a shame if I didn't go to my own sister's wedding, you know, since we're so close and all.
No way! Don't you dare show up! You're too fat to be at my wedding. Our bonds of sisterhood are too flimsy to support a body weight that immense. Can you imagine how embarrassing it'd be for me if my husband and his family saw you?
Wow, Lizzie, I was joking. I see your sarcasm detector isn't working today, but really, just how much do you hate me?
It's not that I hate you. I just say exactly what's on my mind, and I don't hold back. Is that a crime? Would you rather I lied and pretended you were thin and beautiful and that I liked you?
But you're fatter and uglier than I am.
Hey! What the hell did you just say? Why, you'll pay for that, you big jerk. Do you think that's any way to speak to your baby sister?
Oh, look, here we go again. You've done this ever since we were kids. Why is it you're so happy to mercilessly insult others, but whenever anyone has the courage to say anything back to you, you flip out? You're just a big bully who can't stand being stood up to. Anyway, what was the point in you messaging me today? What exactly do you want me to do?
Simple. I want you to refrain from coming to my wedding on the grounds that you're a grotesque, overweight cave troll and no one likes you. My words might seem cruel, but if I don't make it clear beforehand, there's a chance you'll pull some kind of creepy, stalkerish shenanigans to find out where the venue is and try sneaking in while I'm busy celebrating the happiest day of my life.
You treat me less like a sister and more like a frickin' cockroach. Can you believe me and you are family? What did I ever do to deserve this?
Family? You've got some nerve. You haven't showed your face at Mom and Dad's place for years now. None of us think of you as family anymore.
I do have a life of my own to lead, you know. Things are pretty busy on my end. Anyway, you're the ones keeping me at a distance. It's not like I don't want to come. I'm already the only one who doesn't get invited to family events and gatherings. Can you blame me for feeling like I'm not wanted?
That's because you're the black sheep of the family, and your presence would cause a severe embarrassment. You've always had an arrogant personality, and you always stuck out like a sore thumb at school. You never got to hang out with the cool kids like I did you? You were always sat in the library reading your frickin' books and playing computer games. Not only that, but you're uglier than a monkey's armpit and less intelligent than a sack of potatoes. You literally have no redeeming qualities whatsoever. I bet if I looked up loser in the dictionary, your face would come up.
Hey, could you do me a favor and, shut your mouth already? Jeez, I can't believe you'd go out of your way to message me with this crap. Is it any wonder I left home back in high school when you guys treated me the way you did? If it wasn't you pulling some kind of mean-spirited prank on me, it was Mom and Dad banning me from eating at the table with you guys and forcing me to eat leftovers. We've been living apart for years now, and my life is going just fine without you, Mom, or Dad in it. So why can't you just leave me alone?
Leave you alone? All I did was announce the good news of my marriage, you overly sensitive drama queen. You're the one with temper problems. How about you try going to see a therapist? Because seriously, it's not normal to get this upset when you find out your sister is getting married.
Who announces their marriage by calling someone a big, fat, grotesque cave troll out of nowhere? You're a grown woman now. Would it seriously hurt you to try and actually get along with me for a change? No, scratch that. We'll never get along, but would it kill you to at least speak to me with the bare minimum of basic human decency?
I'd rather make friends with a pile of mossy rocks than to treat the likes of you with decency.
I see. I don't really understand what that means, but feel free to talk to rocks if it makes you happy. You didn't need to bother with any of this. I had no intention of coming to your wedding anyway. I'm guessing you knew that and just wanted to insult me. Makes you feel good, right?
Oh no, I've been found out. Sure, so what if putting my arrogant dickweed of a sister in her place makes me feel good? I'm doing the human race a service, but I'm pleased to hear you won't be coming to the wedding. Also, I've decided to tell my fiancé and his family that you died in a freak accident recently. So you better make sure you never ever show up in town or at Mom and Dad's house again. Otherwise the whole thing will be ruined.
What? Why?
Why? Because you're the shame of our family, and your birth was a mistake, so we'll all be better off if we simply pretend you're no longer with us. You're such a delinquent. I bet you're involved in some kind of criminal activities these days, right? A blackhead like you can never hold down a real job. What is it? Drugs? Prostitution?
No, I have a regular job and am doing perfectly well for myself, actually. Besides, why would you pretend I don't exist? Surely us just not having anything to do with each other achieves the same outcome.
You're such a loser, you embarrass me and our parents just by being alive. So it'd be better for our reputation if you weren't. You're an embarrassment production machine. By pretending you're dead, I can protect Mom and Dad's reputation, and my husband's family will think very highly of me. Sorry, sweetie, I had no choice on this one.
Wow, so this is what it's come to after all this time, huh? We haven't seen each other in years, Lizzie. What exactly made you feel so strongly you needed to bombard me with all of this hatred after so long?
Nothing in particular. I'm just trying to protect our family from the disgrace that is your existence. Allow me to announce the official removal of you from our lives forever.
Wow, are you serious? I can't believe you're doing this. Don't you feel even just a little bit guilty about how horrible you're being to me? Or didn't your brain come equipped with the emotion feature?
Now I've heard it all. Why could I care about the feelings of a big fat cave troll like you? This is the funniest thing I've heard all week. Oh my god, stop it. My sides hurt. Besides, how could I feel down when I'm set to marry the rich, handsome son of the CEO of one of the biggest trading companies on the planet? Have you heard of Globex International Trading Company?
Huh? Your fiancé is at Globex?
I knew it. They're so well known, even a lowly, depth-groveling social misfit like you knows about them. You probably saw one of their billboards up the last time you crawled out from under your rock to buy your yearly underwear replacement. They're one of the most famous companies in America. They run commercials on TV all the time and have branches in over 150 countries. Well, it just so happens my soon-to-be husband is the rich, handsome son of their president, and one day he's set to inherit Daddy's throne. Yippee!
Wow, so that happened, did it? You certainly have been busy.
Unlike you, I've always been clever and gorgeous. Not only that, but I have first-rate communication, and more importantly, seduction skills. It's an incontrovertible fact that I'm superior to you in every way, so I was always bound to bag myself a winner. I'm so beautiful, there isn't a man on this planet who wouldn't go weak at the knees in the face of my womanly wiles.
Sure, I admit it, you probably are better looking than me. But even if you are, that doesn't justify your smug, condescending attitude. Not for one solitary second. We can only speculate at this late stage in the game, but to be honest, I put it down to Mom and Dad always spoiling you rotten when we were kids. Maybe if they'd ever bothered to discipline you instead of letting you do whatever you pleased whenever you pleased it, you wouldn't have turned out so arrogant and maladjusted.
Arrogant? I am not arrogant. It's called self-confidence. You should try having some yourself, instead of being bitter and jealous. Do you have any idea how unattractive you are when you're like this? No wonder you haven't been able to find yourself a husband after all this time. It's thanks to my good looks, intelligence, and charm that I managed to bag myself a rich hotshot, and I'm set to become one of life's winners, a major celebrity. Unlike you, who's only set to become a lonely, miserable old spinster with 7 cats and a wine addiction.
All right, sure, whatever you say. I'm kind of tired of this conversation now.
You think you're tired? You should try being in my shoes. Speaking to you is exhausting. As long as you make sure to take the following message very, very seriously, me and you won't have any problems. Don't you dare show up in my wedding, you big fat cave troll. I'm gonna pretend you're dead from now on.
Phew, thank God for that. See ya.
Yippee!
By the way, your wedding. It wouldn't happen to be tomorrow, would it?
Yep. I knew it. So you have been investigating it then. Ooh, that's so creepy. You're so tragic and pathetic.
Oh man, so it is tomorrow? You've got to be kidding me.
Angelica? Are you there? It's not true, right? Tell me it's a lie. You're not really dead, are you? Oh my god, no. There were so many things I still wanted to tell you. We might only be cousins, but you're the only person in our whole family I felt like I could ever be myself and talk about how I really feel around. I can't believe you're gone. None of this feels real. Am I dreaming? Am I about to wake up and be freed from the misery of the bombshell that just got dropped on me? I was so excited to see you today. And that's not all. I can't believe how you died. If the story I heard today is true, you were just walking along when you randomly exploded into little pieces? Ever since you were a little girl, you always were unconventional. I guess you died how you live and went out with a bang, literally. You know, it's weird. I kind of felt a little peace of mind when I heard how it happened. I thought, that's so Angelica.
Whoa. Hold your horses, Kayla. I'm alive and kicking, or at least I was the last time I checked. Would you mind taking a few deep breaths and explaining what the hell you're talking about?
Huh? Wait, are you a ghost? Yeah! I hate ghosts. There's something strange in my neighborhood. Be gone. Disappear. Vanish to the world beyond. Go back home to hell, you big spooky, spirity, phantomy thing.
Huh? You want me to go to hell? But I thought we had a bond of friendship so strong it transcended the bounds of mere cousinness. Jeez, I never thought turning into a ghost would be all it took for you to turn into such a dick.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me.
And go back home to hell? Why did you automatically assume that's where I live? Sorry if I surprised you.
I'm super happy you're alive, Angelica. But what the heck is going on? Nothing makes sense anymore. Lizzie was going around the wedding hall telling everyone, with an emphasis on her new husband's family, that you were dead. They were piling on the sympathy like it was no one's business.
Jeez, what the hell does she think she's playing at? I bet she was loving all the attention. She always did have a knack for garnering sympathy, but I gotta say, faking my death is a new low, even for her. To tell you the truth, my sister, Lizzie, as well as the rest of my family, hate my guts, and they always have. I guess that's why they're going around telling people I died.
She told everyone you exploded into little pieces because she hates you? I'm not sure I follow the logic. Grr, you wait till I get my hands on her. Anyway, I'm just relieved you're still alive. Oh my god, Angelica, I was so scared. Ugh. And now I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I got worked up and sent you all those messages. Did I seriously say all of that stuff? Would you mind, deleting the whole thing and forgetting this ever happened?
Don't sweat it. To be honest, I was kind of flattered in a weird way. I'm not sure I get why you were relieved to hear I exploded into little pieces, though. Would you care to educate on that minor detail?
Because that's how unconventional you are. You're a mold breaker, a trendsetter. You live life on your own terms, and you don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You stand up to your parents, the teachers back in school, anyone. I find it super admirable how strong-willed you are, and when I heard you left this mortal coil by randomly exploding into little pieces, I just thought, that's the most Angelica thing I've ever heard.
So you see me as the kind of person who would explode into little pieces? Thanks, I think? Anyway, I think you're overstating things a little here. You call me a strong-willed trendsetter, but in my mind, I was never anything but an unruly little brat who couldn't read social cues and got annoyed when people told me what to do.
Listen, Angelica, don't you kind of think everyone in our family is super mean-spirited and selfish? Like, they'll stop at nothing to eliminate anyone who dares to go against the grain or has the nerve to question them on anything. That's why I always felt so inspired when I saw you stand up to them. You made me want to be oblivious to social cues and get annoyed at people too.
I see. When I think about it, I guess it's no wonder you were the only one in the whole family I ever got along with.
Right? Ever since we were young, I always felt like me and you stood out. And I felt like the rest of them knew we stood out. Anyway, won't you be coming to the wedding today? Lizzie's new husband, the up-and-coming hotshot future CEO of Globex International Trading Company. So the hall's full of rich wannabe alpha males covered in excessive amounts of fake tan, aggressively shaking hands with each other in between stealing glances at each other's wives' butts. The groom's just getting ready to give his speech, but apparently one of his friends, a female CEO, is set to give one afterwards. Is it just me, or do all CEOs look suspiciously like criminals to you?
Well, I'm not so sure about that. I'm sure there are some good ones, too. In any case, there's no way I can show up at the wedding. I am dead, after all. Wouldn't want to get the zombie treatment now, would I?
I guess so. That sucks. Well, in that case, screw it. I'll make my excuses to dip out before everyone leaves for the after party. Let's go get some drinks together instead. You know, you and me, just like the good old days. Girls hitting the town. Woohoo! The drinks would taste like ass if I went out drinking with these chumps anyway.
Sounds good. All right, message me when you get out.
Oh, Angelica, you owe me an explanation. What the heck is going on?
I don't really know how to answer that. What are you talking about?
Don't play with me, bitch. Why would you be giving a speech at my wedding? Why the hell would my husband invite you to speak on the podium? I'm so confused.
Oh, that? Well, it's simple, actually. Because your husband, the groom, Robert, asked me to. I respectfully declined, but he was insistent and wouldn't take no for an answer.
What? But I don't understand. Are you and Robert acquaintances or something?
Listen, Lizzie, I'm gonna tell you how it is. I run a company, you see? It's not a big company by any means, but I am involved in a joint project with Globex International. Back when we signed the contract, Robert, who was still a newbie at the time, got appointed as the project manager.
What?
Anyway, apparently it was Robert's first time ever working outside of the company, so I took it upon myself to teach him a thing or two about corporate management. I had no idea he was the son of Globex's CEO. I always imagined corporate heirs to be arrogant, overly self-assured types, but he was always super sweet and down to earth. I don't know whether it was the pressure of his dad being who he is, but he worked super hard to make sure the project was a success. Which is why I did my best to meet his pace to move things forward alongside him.
So, what happened next?
Well, it turns out he is very grateful for all the help I gave him and felt inclined to invite me to give a speech at his wedding. I guess he feels like he owes me a debt of gratitude for giving him a crash course in the fundamentals of corporate management. If you ask me, he's blowing it all way out of proportion, and the whole thing makes me feel super awkward, but there you go. Anyway, we came to get along pretty well, and, that's it.
Wait, does that mean you knew I was his fiancé?
Nope, I didn't have a clue. I genuinely didn't know at all. You decided on the guest list a while back, and it's not like I got an invite letter. I was terrified when I finally found out yesterday. I was like, what the crap do I do?
Hurry up and get your ass down to this church, like, right now. You have to give a speech. Robert and his family are starting to panic.
Oh, I see. Judging from the state of my phone right now, you're right. It would appear the seeds you planted when you went around announcing my death at the wedding are finally starting to sprout into beautiful buds of chaos. My phone is blowing up.
This is bad. Bad, bad, bad. You have to get down here and tell them you're not really dead this instant. I'll never recover from this if you don't come and fix it. Please, I'm begging you.
Are you kidding me? This is all your fault, Lizzie. Why should I have to drop what I'm doing and rush out at a moment's notice to save you from the mess you made?
Quit talking crap and come. It's your duty to fix problems as a fully grown adult and mature member of society. That goes doubly so if you're a company owner. Hurry up.
Does your selfishness truly know no bounds? You don't have to worry. I already explained the situation to Robert.
Wait, what? What did you say?
That you called me a big, fat, grotesque cave troll and lied about me being dead. The panic at the wedding hall should be calming down any minute now. There's a chance it might turn into another form of panic straight after, but that won't be my problem.
Wait a sec. No way. You actually told him? Another form of panic? What the hell's that supposed to mean?
Oh, you know, the chaos that will undoubtedly ensue when Robert and his family realize what a bunch of unhinged nut jobs you and the rest of our family are. If they look unsettled right now, that's probably why.
Is that why Robert disappeared into the back alleyway and hasn't come back? Oh my god, no! This is awful! How the hell was I supposed to see this coming? Gah! Please, Angelica, I'm begging you! You have to come and do something about this.
Do you really think I'm going to come help you?
Listen, you're well within your rights to be angry. But what the hell am I supposed to do if you don't help me? You're the only person on Earth who can get me out of this mess.
Not my problem. You made your bed, now lie in it.
How can you be so cold? Do you have any idea how much of a mess I'm in? Apparently Robert just said the wedding's off. The guests are all going home, and some of them even said they want their gifts back. Ugh!
Wow, Lizzie, I have to say, I am really impressed with how well you're managing to keep your cool.
I am not keeping my cool. My surroundings are turning into a living hell before my goddamn eyes!
Whoa, where in the cheese monster's name did that come from?
Oh my god. I worked so hard to back myself a rich husband. I thought this was finally my shot at making it into the big leagues. And what the hell is all this crap about you being the manager of a company? I didn't know that. Why wouldn't you tell me something so important?
Why would I share anything about my life with you when you've treated me with nothing but contempt and disdain ever since we were kids? You cut me out of your lives, and that's what I'm sticking with. The fact your life just got turned upside down doesn't change that one bit.
As if that's not bad enough, you're doing a project with Globex International? I had no idea. Please, this is my last chance. Will you come, like, right now? Please, 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 please. I'm serious. If this wedding ends now, my life ends along with it.
Why would your life be over? You just failed at marrying into money, that's all. You'll just have to work even harder next time.
No, it's not that simple. You don't understand. I'm in debt.
Huh? Debt?
Dad got involved in some shady business. It went south, and he ended up getting into crazy amounts of debt, even convincing me to let him sign the contracts in my name. I told him we should stop, and that it was a bad idea, but he wouldn't listen. He just insisted, "It's fine, dear, you're about to marry the future CEO of Globex." Gah! I knew him borrowing all that money was a bad idea.
Wow. Are you actually a moron? Jeez, you're both as bad as each other.
Almost all of the guests from Robert's side of the family are gone already. If you don't get your ass down to this church and fix this mess for me ASAP, I'll never forgive you.
I have no obligation to fix your mess, Pumpkin Pie. I also couldn't give a toad's ball sack whether you forgive me or not.
Oh, I see how it is. Well, in that case, I take it you don't care what happens to your precious friend.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Don't play dumb with me. You and a certain someone at this wedding are besties, aren't you? I know more than you think I do, Angelica. If you don't fix the mess you've made, I won't be held responsible for what happens to her.
Yeah. Kayla, are you okay? You haven't been taken hostage or anything, have you?
Well, kind of. I'm totally okay, like, I'm not hurt or anything, but they won't let me go home for some reason. Lizzie and the rest of the family are panicking like a bunch of escaped mental patients. I swear they're about to lose their minds if they haven't already. They seem terrified by the thought of losing their connection to Globex.
What exactly is going on?
They're all running around the wedding hall with the speed of Olympic athletes, trying to chase down anyone related to Robert so they can find out where he ran off to. I wonder if this is how it looks when hunters go after elk. It's kind of entertaining to watch.
Jeez, just how panicked are they? They need to be careful. Someone could call the cops.
Could. I'd say it's only a matter of time. I only heard in passing, but apparently your family are in a seriously bad situation. You didn't hear it from me, but word on the street is that they went into a bunch of debt with a black market loan shark, expecting to get rich when Lizzie married Robert. And not only that, but they blew the whole lot on gambling at the casino.
Huh? A black market loan shark at the casino gambling? What am I even reading?
Right? I guess I thought that with the power of Globex on their side, they could even bully a loan shark from the criminal underworld into submission. The arrogance. You know, being born into that family, it's a wonder you turned into a decent human being. I find myself repeatedly stupefied every time I hear something new about them.
What are you doing now? Didn't you say they weren't letting you go home?
Yeah, they have me locked in the waiting area. But I still have my phone and I can contact anyone I want. Honestly, I don't know what they expected to accomplish with this. I think they're panicking so hard that they lost their minds.
Wow. Taking a family member prisoner? That's a new low, even for them. I'm gonna call them and see if I can't speak some sense into them before they get arrested.
I'm not gonna lie, the thought of them being bundled into the back of a police car is exciting, but it's probably for the best you try and calm them down. You poor thing, though. Having to deal with them in the middle of their frenzy? Good luck. That's all I can say.
This is the worst! Oh my god, my life is so over!
The wedding hall company was obviously gonna sue you for damages after you flipped out and wrecked the place. There's no doubt about it, you only have yourself to blame. All you can do now is work hard to try and pay it off.
Angelica, I'm in a lot of trouble here, aren't I? I've already accepted getting married to Robert is a lost cause, but I need money. Like, seriously. Please, could you lend me some? Just for a little while. I promise to pay you back.
Whoa, no way. Like, absolutely no way. Don't you realize how dumb it is to pay off debt with more debt?
That's easy for you to say. Why don't you try being in my shoes for a minute? I don't have any other options. I literally won't have any money left if I pay these dicks at the wedding company the compensation they're demanding. But if I don't pay them something and demonstrate good faith soon, what's going to happen to me?
I don't know, and it's not my problem. You guys borrowed the money and you guys can pay it back. You guys smashed up the wedding hall, so you guys can pay for it. Makes sense, right? Really though, why would you borrow money from a black market loan shark? Are you actually stupid?
What choice do we have? Dad's debt was already maxed out, and none of the legit companies would speak to him. We had no choice but to go elsewhere.
That doesn't answer the fundamental question of why you think paying off debt with debt is a reasonable thing to do. To make matters worse, you used it for gambling of all things. I mean, seriously? Since when did you guys go to the casino?
I heard gambling was the fastest way to make money, so I was hoping I could win on blackjack and pay off all the debt in one go. Anyway, I don't need you preaching at me. I know I messed up. What I need now is a solution. Are you really prepared to abandon your family like this?
Yes, I couldn't care less what happens to you. My arrogant, in-over-her-head baby sister ain't my problem. Nice knowing ya. Peace.
Things finally calmed down now. Phew. I couldn't make it for drinks last night because I got dragged along to Robert's parents' place to apologize, along with everyone else. But I'm finally free at last. Let's go drink till we forget what delinquents our family are.
Jeez, you actually went with them? You didn't do anything wrong. You shouldn't have gone with them to apologize. I know Robert from work, so I felt kind of obliged to show my face. But you?
But our connections with Globex are so super important to us, right? Besides, in all seriousness, Robert turned into my knight in shining armor when he busted into the waiting room and freed me from the clutches of our insane family. I feel like I want to marry him myself now.
Do your best, hon. I won't try and stop you. Anyway, Kayla, I just want to say thanks.
Huh? What for?
You've always had my back. Back in high school and back when I moved out of my parents' place and left our hometown, you were the only one who stayed in touch with me. You probably didn't realize at the time, but you were my rock.
Damn, that's kind of a shame.
Huh? What's a shame?
To me, you were always just that tenacious, slightly eccentric maverick who never bowed down to anyone and had a talent for saying the most awkward thing at the worst possible moment. But then you go and tell me I was your rock? I don't even know what to say to that.
Well, I don't know what to say either.
Don't sweat it. We can forget the awkwardness by knocking back copious amounts of tequila. It's time we went out for those long-awaited drinks. I won't be going home tonight. I made a promise to drink with you until the sun rises, and fulfill it I will.
An all-nighter? You serious? I'm not as young as I used to be, you know.
Nope. I simply will not take no for an answer. I'll take you prisoner behind the bar if I have to. Do I make myself clear?
Kayla? I think being imprisoned by our lunatic family yesterday might have had a bad influence on you. After that, me and Kayla drank well into the night, until the next morning, and then until the afternoon. Yep, we may have overdone it slightly. I guess I must have been holding in a lot of pent-up stress from work or something. Because after the hangover wore off, I felt like a new woman, reborn and ready to take on the challenges of life once more. As for Lizzie and the rest of our family, they pulled the Hollywood-level stunt of skipping town in the middle of the night to escape the criminal underworld loan shark who was on their tail. Unfortunately for them, things went south when my dad got arrested after he was found to be avoiding paying taxes on his business. The loan shark recognized my dad's face in the news report and within less than a week had chased them down to the other end of the country and was now extremely angry and very eager to get his money back. With my dad now in prison, Lizzie and my mom have no choice but to work like dogs in the hopes they can clear the absurd amount of debt they're in. You know, it's actually kind of ironic to think they mercilessly abused me for being a failure, only for their lives ultimately to disintegrate into a train wreck so disastrous it's worthy of its own Jerry Springer special. Hopefully they'll learn their lesson and use the whole thing as an opportunity to become better people. Before we conclude today's episode, I have one final shocking piece of news for you. Apparently, not long after the days of today's epic story, Kayla and Robert started dating. At first, I wasn't sure whether ditzy Kayla and diligent Robert would be a good match, but after 6 months, they got engaged. Who would have thought it? In the end, Kayla ended up being the one who married into money. Life really is full of surprises, huh?
Hey Cindy, are you there? I really think we need to talk about what you said earlier. I still just don't get what you mean when you said that you want me out of the house.
You mean you didn't read the note that I left there for you? It should be all there in plain English for you to understand. Just read the note and you'll see that I meant exactly what I said. I want you out of the house and I don't want you to ever come back. Is that simple enough to understand, Dan?
No, I still don't understand it. In fact, just why should I have to leave the house? I don't get why you would want me to leave like this. And what about Irene? What is going to happen to her? Have you talked to her about this at all?
Oh, I'll have you know that I actually have talked to Irene about this. And she says that she wants you out of here as well. Even that girl is smart enough to realize that spending any more time with a bum like you is just pointless. We're both sick of you.
So you both really want to get rid of me that badly? But I don't even know what I did. Where is all this even coming from? I don't understand.
You really still can't figure out why we both want you gone? It's because you're poor, Dan. You don't make enough money, and we're sick and tired of having to live in this tiny house. I mean, do you really not just see how much you're stifling us? You only let us go out to eat at nice restaurants 2 or 3 times a week. And we only ever go shopping at the fancy grocery store once a week.
I know all of that, and that's why I'm so confused about what you're saying. I mean, just what any of what you wrote to me screams poor.
You don't know what you're talking about. I was talking to some of the other moms from the neighborhood, and they're always bragging about all of the amazing things that they get to do with their husbands. It's only ever me who doesn't have any fun or interesting stories to tell, and it's all because you don't make enough money and we're poor.
Cindy, I'm really sorry, but I think that you might be over-exaggerating just a little bit. I really don't think we're as poor as you might think. Please, can't we just talk about this in person and try and settle things like adults? I'm sure that we can figure this out.
Excuse me? Are you kidding me? What even is there to talk about? I know that you barely even bring up 10 grand over a whole year. That's just pathetic.
You think that I only bring home 10 grand over the whole year? Is this really what you're so upset about, Cindy?
Of course it's what I've made up. I was talking to some of the ladies around the neighborhood, and based on what they said, there's no way that you're bringing home any more than that sad salary.
So then, you basically just made that number up based on conversation with the women around the neighborhood? Do you mind telling me how you reached that amount?
I reached that amount because I know that you have a crappy job, and so you can't be making that much money. You don't even have an office job where you have to put on a suit. You're always leaving the house in those dirty work clothes that make you look like a plumber or something.
Well, I work at a factory, and these are the work clothes that I have to wear, so... And I don't think that you're being fair at all. I mean, I really like my job, and I'm proud of what I do.
Well, good for you, but I don't get why you have to insist on wearing your work clothes even on that day that you're not working.
Oh well, yeah, you kinda got me there. I still do stay in uniform over the weekend, don't I? I guess I just really don't have many other clothes that I own.
Well, it's far too late for you to apologize for that now. I want you out of the house by the time that I get back home, do you hear me?
I see. Do you mind telling me where you are right now so that I can know about how much time I have to do all this?
I'm out for a drive right now trying to clear my head, if you must know. I'm taking the case of someone who is going to buy it for a very nice price, actually, so that's what I'm doing.
The car? You're going to find someone who wants to buy the car? You wouldn't be happening to talk about my car, are you? You better not be taking my car to try and sell it. Neither you or Irene even have a license, so just how are you getting around now?
I really don't even know why I'm bothering to respond to these kind of messages from you. Can you just please leave us alone, Dan? We don't want you in our lives anymore. Don't you get that yet? I hope you saw that I also left the divorce papers by the note that I left you. I signed my portion of them, so sign yours and then go take them to the courthouse so we can be done with this, okay?
Please, Cindy, can't we just talk about this? I know that we'd be able to work through this if we only sat down and talked this out.
And I am telling you that there's nothing at all to even talk about. I've made up my mind and nothing is going to change it. You barely make any money at all, and both your daughter and I are sick of living like this. So please, just divorce me so that you can live whatever sad life you want to. Just make sure to keep Irene and I out of it, okay?
Well, I guess you really have made up your mind then. Okay, if this is really the way you want things, I just hope you and Irene are happy.
Oh, we will be once you leave and never ever come back to bother us.
Right. Well, I guess that means that we have a lot of work to do, like changing the name on the deed of the house and all of that. You do realize that we still have some legal things that we'll have to do together beyond just the divorce, don't you?
Yeah. Of course I know about all of that. But I don't need to see you or be with you to do any of that. Just get whatever paperwork we need to sign and send it over to me once you've done your part. I am going to let you try and use these documents as an excuse for you to come near me again.
Okay, we can do things your way, but I'm not sure you're going to like the outcome.
Just shut up and leave me alone already. Why can't you just do this for me?
Hey there, Dad. I just wanted to let you know how sorry I was about all of this. I realize that this kind of leaves you with the short end of the stick in all of this.
Oh, hey, Irene, I appreciate you saying that, but as you understand things, you agree to all of this as well, right?
Well, I mean, I am pretty sick of living our lives on such a tight budget and always being the poorest person out of who I talk to. But still, I realize that what we're doing is also leaving you in a not so great place either.
I really don't get where you and your mom get into your head that you are in any way poor. I really can't think of a single time where I wasn't able to provide to you food, housing, toys, and anything else you might have liked to do.
Oh, Dad, maybe you just don't understand why Mom and I are so mad because you're just a man. But you see, women like us need to have more money to spend on all kinds of things. And so, it's even more difficult for women to be poor than it is men. Not only that, but it's not right for a man to force the women in his life to be poor. Besides, as Mom and I both understand it, there are actually plenty of men with money in this town, so it's not like you're the only option we'd be stuck with.
I'm not saying that there aren't families out there with more money, Irene. But I just think that maybe you and your mom might think about reevaluating what you think is rich and poor.
No, Dad, I knew that you wouldn't understand, but I thought that I would try to convince you to see things our way anyways. But I think you just need to accept that Mom and I just have different standards than you do.
But your mom is already with another guy right now, right? One of these rich guys around town that you were talking about.
Wait, hold on a second. How did you know about that? I mean, it's true. Mom is going to be with Kevin from here on out.
And what about you, Irene? What do you want to do? Is this really how you want to live your life?
I don't know what I want, but I think that Mom knows best, and so I'm going to leave things in her hands.
Well, if you're still not sure about this, then I want you to know that you can always come back to me if things don't work out. I'll always be here with open arms if you choose to come back. In fact, you should know that your mom actually stole my car and that I am going to do something about that.
I think that I'm going to stay with Mom. After all, Kevin has promised to give us everything that we ask for. But I wish you good luck with everything, Dad.
Hey, Dan, are you there? I was just wondering how much money you make a month with the job that you have right now.
Oh, Cindy, where is this coming from? I thought you said that you didn't want anything to do with me ever again.
Just answer the question for me, Dan. How much money do you make every month with your job?
I make about 10 grand every month with my job, if you really must know.
No, that can't be right. That's how much you make a year. I know that much. I'm asking about how much you make every month. Can't you read?
I am telling you that I make $10,000 every month with my job. I mean, there are some changes with bonuses and commissions and stuff like that, but at the minimum, it's $10,000 a month.
But then, what about you making $10,000 a year? I thought that was your annual salary, but you're telling me that it's a monthly one instead?
I mean, I have no idea where you got those numbers from, or how you made this mistake. But yeah, how on earth would you be able to afford anything if I only made $10,000 a year? That's literally like nothing.
I knew it. I knew it this whole time.
I really don't think that you did. I mean, you were the one who said I was making that much every year. But anyways, why do you suddenly want to know how much money I make? Don't tell me this is the first payment for the house since we split up finally has reached you.
It has, and the bank is saying that I owe them $3,000. But I don't have that kind of money. I mean, if they're asking for this much, does that mean that you were paying $3,000 for the house every month?
Yeah, of course I was paying that much for the house every month. That's kind of how owning a house works. Don't tell me that you actually didn't know about how much the mortgage was going to cost when I signed over the house to you.
But I thought that we owned the house, right? I mean, when we first moved into the house, you said that it was our home and said that we didn't want to rent anymore, remember?
Wow, I really don't even know what to say to that. Do you really not know how buying a house works? I mean, first look up what a mortgage is, and that might help you understand a bit better of what's going on. Second of all, we do own the house, but we also bought it with a loan, using it as collateral. So if you don't get that money, you don't get to live there.
But then, you mean it's like paying off part of a loan every single month? Are you serious? I have to do this or we can't live here?
Are these real questions coming from a real adult? I honestly don't even know what to tell you right now.
But I don't want to lose this house, but I can't afford to pay for it. Why didn't you tell me that this was going to happen when we got divorced?
What in the world are you talking about? I sent you the documents to switch our names on the deed. All that legal move entailed was spelled out pretty clear in the paperwork. Did you not read the documents that you signed? Because I can hardly see how you can blame that on me when that's your mistake.
But that's not fair. You can't put this on me. I didn't even know that it was something I'd have to pay.
Okay, well, if you didn't fully understand the situation, then you should have read the paperwork before signing it. I mean, I get that you're frustrated since you didn't know that the house wasn't paid off, but that's still your fault. I mean, you literally signed a contract. You entered into a legal binding agreement. You get that, right?
I see. So you're not financially poor. Even your heart is just that selfish, dirty bottom feeder. Here I am coming to you terrified to lose my house, and you tell me that it's all my fault.
I literally don't even know what else to say about this situation. You took on this responsibility.
Oh, I did, but you knew that I didn't know this was going to happen. I suppose I should have expected this from the likes of you, though.
Okay, you know that. If you want it to be like this, then I'll be the jerk that you think I am. You need to pay me the money that you got for selling my car. Do you understand?
What are you talking about? Why in the world should I have to pay you anything? We're not even married anymore.
You have to pay me the money because you stole my car and then sold it. If you're not getting my car back, then hand over the cash. That car didn't belong to you. You didn't have any legal claim or ownership to it. And yet you sold it. You get how that's bad, right?
You really have no idea what you're talking about at all. I sold the car while we were still married. That means I sold it while it still belonged to the whole family. Don't you know that?
Again, that's not how any of this works at all. I bought the car. It was my name on the lease. It was me and my car. Even if I let you and Irene drive it, which I didn't because neither of you have licenses, that still doesn't give you the right to sell it.
Shut up. You don't know what you're talking about at all. Why should I just trust a word you have to say to me? And anyways, I've already sold the car and there's nothing that you can do about it. Not only that, but I've already spent all of the money that I got for it as well, so you can kiss all of that goodbye too.
Cindy, you are literally almost 50 years old. You can't be acting like this. But if you are, then you leave me no choice but to sue you.
Wait, what? What do you mean? How can you sue me for this if I already sold the car and spent the money? There's nothing to give back to you.
You really need a wake-up call. Do you know that? I mean, what makes you think that you can steal my things and get away with it? You literally stole something of mine and then sold it for profit. I have the right to sue you for that. It's that simple.
I don't get how you could want to do this to your own ex-wife, the mother of your daughter. What's the point in suing me when you know that I won't have the money to pay you?
Are your debts really so bad that you actually have no money left? And did you think the fact of having debt was going to make me forget about the fact that you stole and sold my car? Look, I've already made up my mind about this, so we can either settle this out of court or else you should lawyer up.
I am trying to tell you that I don't even have the money to pay you back, even if I wanted to. What part of that aren't you understanding?
If you don't have any money, then why don't you go ask your Kevin for a little help? I mean, you are still with Kevin, aren't you? After all, I have to imagine that he was the one driving you around in my car, right?
Wait a second, I don't understand. How did you manage to put that together?
If you really must know, Irene told me the whole truth about you. So you should also know that I'm going to be suing the two of you for your affair as well.
Wait a second, you can't do that. We're already divorced. How can you sue me for something that I was doing while we were still married?
That's actually precisely why I can sue you for this. You were cheating on me while we were married, and I can sue you for that. Again, this is how this whole thing works. I honestly have no idea how you don't know about this. And besides, Irene has already told me the truth, so there's no point in trying to come up with excuses or lies.
That stupid daughter of ours. How could she stab me in the back like this? What's the matter with her?
But anyways, tell me about this Kevin guy. Is he really all that rich? Because I really hope that he is for your sake. I mean, after all, if you don't have any money, that means this guy is going to have to pay for my car and your affair.
You're just jealous, aren't you? You think that you can try and make my new man pay because you weren't a good enough husband to be able to keep me.
all that just to say you don't actually know if your new man is going to be there for you? Huh?
Shut up. This is all your fault, you know. I wouldn't have had to be stuck paying for this house if you didn't trap me into signing those documents. But because I did, that's the reason why I don't have any money left to be able to pay you. So why can't you just leave me alone?
I'm afraid that you and I won't be done until you've paid me what you owe me. I mean, have you no shame? No sense of obligation to pay back what you've stolen from me? Because I don't know if you realize this, but you've put yourself in quite the vulnerable position to be sued by me.
Oh no, this is really, really bad. Things weren't supposed to happen like this. What am I supposed to do?
Dad, are you there? Please, Dad, I really need your help. You have to save me.
Irene, what's the matter? Is everything okay?
It's Mom. She hit me, Dad. She said that she hit me because she found out that I told you a little bit about her and Kevin. Not only that, but she threw me out of the house. I was only able to fill up a backpack with my things, and now I'm just out on the street.
Oh my gosh, I have no idea about any of this. Are you okay though? Like, are you hurt physically?
Well, my head hurts a bit, to be honest. But I don't have money to go and see a doctor or anything like that. Dad, could you please tell me where you're living now?
How about I go and pick you up right now instead? Why don't you tell me where you are, Irene?
I don't know where I'm at all, Dad. Please, I just need your new address. Why won't you tell me where you're living now?
Honey, if you really don't know where you are at all, then how is me giving you my address going to help you come to me? Besides, you said that you don't have any money, right? So how would you take a bus or taxi to come see me? Just tell me where you are, and I'll come pick you up right now.
It's not that I have no money. I have like $30 on me. So please, can't you just tell me where it is that you're living right now?
If your head hurts, then I really don't think that you should be trying to come to see me, Irene. Please, you're starting to worry me. Why won't you tell me where you are?
Okay, fine. You can come pick me up if you tell me where it is that you're living now.
But what does that have to do with me going to pick you up? Why do you keep asking?
I'm just a little curious is all. Is it not right for me to want to know where my dad is living now?
Okay, I'll tell you. But just tell me where you are right now so I can go and get you.
Okay, I'll send you my location on my phone right now. Dad, what the heck is your problem? I thought that you were taking me to your house. Why'd you drop me off at the hospital?
Because, Irene, I couldn't see a single scratch or bruise on you. And what's more, you kept asking about my address. Tell me, are you working as part of a plot that your mom and Kevin came up with?
Of course it's not that, Dad. It's nothing like that at all. And I really did hit my head. I am hurt. I might be in real danger if something happened to me, and you just dropped me off here and left me. How could you do that?
I didn't leave you. I dropped you off at the hospital. There are plenty of doctors there to help you. If your head really hurts that much, it would have been much more dangerous to take you home, since I don't know the first thing about first aid.
But I mean, okay, I guess it's fair.
So you really weren't just following anyone's instructions? Why did you want to know my address so badly?
Please, I'm not following anyone's orders or anything like that. I haven't lied to you once. Why won't you believe me?
Oh, Irene, I really just don't know what to say. I knew that your mom was long gone, but it sounds like even this Kevin guy isn't all that great. And it was just so obvious to me that you wouldn't be acting the way you were acting unless someone told you to act that way. But surely you can see why a man willing to go to such lengths to lie, like Kevin, isn't a good guy, right?
I am trying to tell you, but listen to me, Dad. I am not following anyone's orders, and I reached out to you of my own volition. How many times are you going to make me repeat myself?
Why don't you stop repeating yourself and just tell me the truth already, Irene? I mean, Did you really not notice that I've been following you ever since I dropped you off at the hospital? You waited around a while, then a car pulled up and you got inside before it drove away. And I saw that in the passenger seat was your mom, and it was being driven by some guy who I'd never seen before. So are you going to be honest with me now? Are you finally going to tell me what it is that you've all been up to?
Okay. You're right, Dad. You figured it out. This was all just a plan to try and get you to tell me where it is that you're living now. Mom said that it was all part of a way to get revenge on you for abandoning her.
You and your mom really need a reality check. Neither of you have any idea of what it means to be poor or abandoned.
But I actually think that Kevin isn't that great of a guy, and I've told Mom that I think she should leave him.
Irene, do you think you could tell me a bit more about who exactly this Kevin guy is?
I don't actually know all that much about him. I think that he told Mom that he's some kind of company president or something like that.
So that's all you know about this guy, and yet you're willing to go along with whatever he says?
Well, it's because Mom loves him so much, and he's always putting on nice suits and driving nice cars. I mean, whenever I see him, I just can't help but compare him to you in your work clothes.
I would think that a guy being so flashy in public would be the suspicious one.
Do you really think so? You think this guy might be up to something?
Well, I can't know for sure unless I get a chance to talk to him in person. But while I was following you guys, I saw him throw a can out of the driver's seat, and that tells me a lot about him.
Please, Dad, you have to help us. I think that Mom really needs to get away from Kevin.
I guess I could try talking to her. Cindy, I want you to tell me about this Kevin guy.
I won't be telling you anything until you give me your address. I'll keep looking until you agree to pay for the house.
I can't pay for the house all at once, but you really need to stop this, Cindy.
Stop what? You're the one standing in the way of Kevin, Irene, and I living our perfect lives. We can't lose the house.
I don't get it. I thought Kevin was a CEO or something. Why not ask him for help?
That's what he says, but I have no idea what it is he actually does for a living, you know.
Wait a second. You don't even know what it is that this guy does for a living? What do you know about him? What makes you trust him so much?
Well, I mean, just look at him. No matter how you think about it, he looks much more successful than you.
Stop trying to turn everything into a fight. Don't you know that Irene is worried about you? She asked me to help you. She thinks that you might be in trouble, and I think she might be right.
Wait, what do you mean? What did Irene tell you this time?
She's just suspicious of Kevin, and frankly, so am I. How did you two even meet in the first place?
Well, if you must know, one of the women in the neighborhood introduced us. She told me he's an up-and-coming business owner. And she told me that he has all kinds of side hustles too, and that he makes a ton of money through all of his businesses.
And do you have any idea about what any of these businesses even are?
Well, I know that first he needs to find an office space to house his work, and that he said our old house would make a perfect space.
And is that why you were so insistent on keeping the house and throwing me out of it?
Of course, and he really is a nice guy with so much money.
If he really had so much money, then why are you so pressed to try to make me pay off the mortgage on the house?
Well, what are you trying to get at, huh?
I am just starting to sick of this. Can't you see that this guy is just using you and Irene for his own purposes? Even Irene can see it, so why can't you?
You don't know what you're talking about at all. You don't know anything, Dan.
Why don't you just leave this guy? I think you know that he has nothing but hot air, so just walk away.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I should. Do you think that we could get back together and fix what he had?
Whoa. That is not what I am saying at all. That is going to be a completely different discussion.
What are you talking about? You were the one who just suggested that I break up with him.
Yeah, and I am also still suing you for my car and for the affair, so I really don't know how well getting back together is going to work out. Look, Cindy, you betrayed me. You understand that, right? Why do you think that I would want you back?
But I mean, you made me wake up to see all the wrong that I was doing. You have to take me back, Dan, please. You're all that I have.
If you want to leave Kevin, that's one thing. But I don't know why that should mean we should get back together. I mean, you said some really mean things to me. Don't you remember?
Hey, Dad. I just wanted to say thank you so much for what you've done for Mom and I. I know that we betrayed you and we didn't deserve to have you looking out for us.
Irene, please, you don't need to keep thanking me. Did Kevin finally get caught?
Yeah, I went to the police about his fraud. They did some investigating and arrested him. It turns out that he was using a fake name, and this wasn't the first time that he tried to fool people into giving him money.
Well, I'm glad that this ended before it went too far, or at least any further.
I know, but I'm so sorry. I was an idiot. We were never poor and I see that now. But now that Mom is on her own, I think that I have to stay with her. I just don't want her to get into trouble like this. So thank you for all your help, but hopefully I can take it from here, Dad.
Oh, my sweet girl, I'm sorry that you got caught up in all of this, but you've grown up so much. Please let me know if you need help. We'll work something out. After that, I followed through on what I said and sued Cindy for what I told her I was going to do. She was pushed deeper into debt and lives in a tiny apartment, working multiple jobs to pay down what she owes. As for Irene, she is also working hard, but also has her own apartment and checks in on her mother frequently. I send her money now and then to help with the groceries. I even offer for her to come live with me, but she insisted on being independent. Irene tells me that she saves a bit of her money every month to send to her mom to help with the expenses. Although I'm glad that I don't have to deal with Cindy anymore, I'm glad that I've at least managed to salvage my relationship with my daughter. Obviously, this is not what I pictured my marriage coming to an end, but I am very glad that Cindy wasn't ripped off further by Kevin. As for me, I've just returned to my normal life at the factory. I don't know how Cindy never knew this, but the work clothes that I wore were a uniform for all staff, including upper management like me. But I guess none of that really matters now. I just hope that one day Cindy starts to live in the real world. Hey Mandy, are you there? Are you even alive right now? I only ask because I know what a little weakling you are. But tell me, have you finally some man who is either pathetic or kind enough to get together with you? I doubt it. I mean, who in the world would ever want to marry a mindless little nitwit like you? Nobody will ever want to be with you ever again. Do you understand me?
Kenny, what is this all about? What do you want? You almost never message me, and now this is all you have to say? Did something happen? Can I help you with something? Is there a point to any of this at all?
Oh, well, I see that you're still alive at least. And I also realized it had been quite some time since I had last talked with you. So I just thought I would reach out to you and see if you would respond to me. I suppose that you can say that I was just curious about what you were up to now that you're no longer with the man who was supporting you all this time. I sure hope that you're doing all right, though.
Well, if you must know, I have since started a new job and am earning quite well. In fact, I'm even living with my new family these days, so there.
Wait a second, a new family? Does that mean you actually found someone who would want to marry you? Just who in the world would want to marry an ugly old hag like you?
You can say whatever you like, but I have a husband and I know that he loves me very, very much. And he doesn't say anything rude or mean about me. Besides, you all were the people who ignored me for 2 years of my life. I thought that I was going to be living with your family and getting to know them, and I never had anyone talk to me at all in practically that whole time. So you have some nerve saying that you were providing for me when you were expecting me to live in those conditions.
Oh geez, what is even your problem, huh? What did I do to you that you even complain about me while we were together? You had all those years to raise your voice and say something to me about how you felt, but you never once did you?
I don't need you to remind me of what it was like living with you, thank you very much. I can still remember all the pain that you put me through. And you're right, I didn't speak up, and maybe I should have. But it's not like you couldn't see the pain that I was going through. But at least now I found a new family that appreciates and cares about me. So please, just stay out of my life.
Excuse me? Do you really think that a stupid woman who is only good for cleaning up around the house and picking up after a man like you can talk to me like that? You're just lucky that you managed to find some dupe who you could fool into marrying you. Although I am sure that whoever you did convince to marry you is just some loser who probably barely makes any more at all.
Well, that just shows how much you know. You don't know what you're talking about at all. My husband is a lovely, caring man with a big heart of gold. He's made me feel things that you never did while we were together.
You're one to talk. You know, the only reason I wanted to be with you in the first place is because when we were married, at least you were still pretty. But then, after you and I got married and had kids and started taking care of them, it was just really all downhill from there on. And I was literally able to watch you get older and uglier day by day.
Well, maybe if you could actually see me aging in real time, it was only because you never ever did anything to help me out around the house. You never helped me clean up around the house, and you never offered to cook dinner for the family. You hardly ever spent any time raising the children. You wouldn't even bother learning how to change a baby's diaper, and I had to change every last one. I bet that you still don't know how to do that.
Well, the only reason why I don't know how to change a baby's diapers is because you never ever taught me how to change it.
Oh, please. We live in the age of the internet. If you really cared about learning at all, you could have always just looked it up yourself, especially at this point. And just why is it my job to teach you every little thing that you should have been trying to teach yourself before we had our kid? You're not a child. You're an adult, and you have to start taking responsibility for your actions, Kenny. Of course, I don't know why I'm bothering to even talk to you about this at this point.
You really just don't get it at all, do you? I was the husband, and you were the wife. Of course it was your job to show me how to do everything. Of course. Now you have another man. Maybe he's fool enough to get tricked into doing all the work that you should be doing. But I seriously doubt that an idiot like you would even know how to trick a man into doing that.
Just stop it already, Kenny. If this is all you have to say to me, then I think that this conversation is over. My husband is an amazing man, a real gentleman, and one of the sweetest people that I've ever met. So quit talking about him as if you know him, because you don't.
What? He's your knight in shining armor who came to rescue you from your sad little life. Give me a break. You're pathetic, and I bet that your husband is even more of a closer than you are.
If you're just going to keep insulting my husband and I, then I'm going to block your number, Kenny. Now, is there a point to all of this? Is there something that you actually wanted to talk to me about? Because I really don't want to spend any more time messaging you than I need to.
Actually, since you asked, there is something that I wanted to talk to you about. Well, something other than how sad your life is right now, of course. You see, my daughter is finally going to be getting married, and I want you to be there for her wedding.
Excuse me? Are you serious? Is that supposed to be some kind of joke or something? You really think that I'm going to go to that wedding? Why would I ever feel the need to do that? Of course I'm not going to go to the wedding. You completely ignored me the whole time we were married and never even let me be a mother.
Oh, come on. You don't know what you're talking about at all. It wasn't that bad. But fine. If it really matters to you at all, then I'm sorry my family and I completely ignored your existence for the 2 years that we were married.
You really think that I want an apology from you after all this time? Is that why you think I'm upset?
I mean, I assume so, yeah. But anyways, I apologize now, so everything should be okay, right? I mean, I said she's my daughter, but you are her mother, and you should be there for her, don't you think?
Why? What would even be the point of my attending the wedding after all the time? It would be meaningless.
Of course it wouldn't be meaningless. Like I said, you are literally the mother of the bride. You have to be at the wedding. Just think of how it will make Julie look to have only one of her parents there. What are her fiancé's parents going to think if they see that she comes from a family so broken that the parents can't even stand with each other for their daughter's wedding?
Did you really think that saying that is going to convince me to go to this wedding? Do you really think it's going to be that easy?
I really think that it should be anyways. I mean, personally, I don't think that you should really even be saying this is a good thing. You should be happy at having the chance to see your little girl go walking down the aisle.
You say all of this, but what does Julie think? Have you even asked her about this? Does she even want me to be there at her wedding?
Well, she said that having you there would be better than having no mom show up at her wedding at all. So you see, even though we all have ignored you for a while, you're still getting an invitation to the wedding. The only one holding any kind of grudge here is you.
As is my right to, thank you very much. And I'm not happy about this one bit, if you must know. I tried my best to make you and your family happy, to be whatever kind of wife and daughter-in-law that you wanted me to be. But despite all my hard work, you hardly ever let me be there for Julie, and in the end, you all drove me away.
Well, I'm sorry, but I really don't see how you can tell a story like that and not realize that you were just unfit to be a mother in the first place. But I think the fact that Julie is inviting you goes to show the kind of person that she is. She's trying to make up with her mother, so why don't you just let her have this?
I can't believe the ways that you're trying to fool me into doing this. Do you really think I'm going to go even after you've said all of that?
Oh, come on. This is our daughter that we're talking about. You don't want to let her down, right? Do you really want to go and tell her that her own mother doesn't want to be at her wedding?
I don't want you to tell her that, but I think that you're not being fair to me at all right now.
You really can be such a pain in the neck sometimes. Do you know that? This is Julie's way of trying to make it up with you, and you're spitting it back in her face. So what, we chased out of the house? That was a long time ago, and I've already said that I'm sorry for that. But Julie told me that she was going to try and message you herself, so I would stop being such a downer.
Did she really say that? Is Julie really going to message me soon?
Of course. In fact, she was the one who told me to reach out and tell you about this in the first place. So you better be at her wedding and make sure to bring a gift too. You know that weddings aren't cheap, right?
Oh, right. I guess if I do go to the wedding that I should bring some sort of gift for the bride and groom.
Cash will do just fine. Just make sure that you're ready to go to the wedding and look forward to finally taking your daughter again.
Right. Well, I won't lie. That does make me just the slightest bit excited to go to the wedding.
Great. Then I'll see you there. And you'd actually better be there.
Hey, Mom, are you there? I was just wondering if Dad hadn't already reached out to you. He told me he did, but he did also mention that I was going to be getting married, right? I just wanted to say that you better be there.
Oh, hello, Julie. It's been so long since I've heard from you. Thank you so much for sending me a message. And I just wanted to start with a huge congratulations on your engagement. I think this is so special, and I'm really proud of you.
Great. If you're really proud of me and grateful for the invite, then you can go ahead and bring me $10,000 as a wedding present. I mean, you would not believe how expensive it is to throw a wedding. But of course, since you're my mom, you will give me that money, right?
I'm sorry. You want me to give you $10,000 for the wedding? Well, I suppose I could try and muster up that amount.
Well, Dad told me that you were working right now. Is that right? He also told me that you're married and having some other man take care of you like how Dad used to. Well, I sure hope that you're happy with your new family, Mom.
Honey, I'm not sure I like the way that you're making all of that sound. But yes, if you must know, I do have a new family, and they do make me very happy.
Great! Well, since you've remarried, that means you should be able to give me even more money then, right? So, how about you give me $20,000 instead?
I'm sorry to say, Julie, but I work so that I can contribute to my family's expenses. I'm not sure that even if I asked my husband to pitch in, that we would be able to raise that much money to give to you. After all, we have a son here and he's getting married as well, so we've been going our best to save up for his wedding as well.
Wait a second. Do you really? Well, this is news to me, but he isn't actually your son, isn't that right? He's just your husband's kid from a previous marriage. So, are you trying to tell me that you're really going to put this total rando's wedding before your own daughter's? Are you really going to say that this guy's kid is more important than your own flesh and blood?
I'm not trying to say that at all, and I'm not really sure that's a fair comparison, Julie. Besides, I frankly didn't even think that you even really thought of me as a mother figure. In fact, I was quite surprised to hear that you wanted to invite me to your wedding at all.
Well, it isn't like I had any choice in the matter. Like, really, I mean, could you imagine how bad it would make me look if my own mother wasn't at my wedding? I don't want to have to explain to everyone how my parents split up and why they couldn't come together for just one day. So you'd be saving me a lot of trouble by showing up.
I see. Well, either way, I just want you to know that I still am very happy at your invitation to the wedding. After all, I know that you and I have never really gotten along how a mother and daughter usually might. And I was worried that you really hated me.
Well, all of that happened a long time ago, so I just don't really think about it all that much. Although, now that you say this, I do remember that even though you were a housewife, you never kept the house clean like you should have. I remember even when I was little, I could tell you that you were just a bad wife. It was so embarrassing to think that I had actually come from you. I was sure that there had to be some mistake, but there wasn't, and so I'm inviting you now.
Well, I guess I can't say anything except that I'm glad you still wanted to include me in your big day.
Right. Yeah. Anyways, you had better be there at my wedding for me, Mom. I have a really amazing fiance who makes a ton of money, and I don't want anything going wrong, okay?
Yes, of course, dear. I'm so happy that you found someone who makes you happy.
Yeah. Anyways, you should also know that nobody knows that you and Dad are actually divorced. I've just been telling everyone that you spent a lot of time overseas on business trips. So don't forget about that when you're introducing yourself to everyone. Got it?
Sure. I can play along with that, I guess. I'm looking forward to seeing you. Hey, Kenny, are you there? I'm really sorry to have to do this, but I just don't think that I'm going to be able to make it to the wedding today after all.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? How could you say this? I thought that you were happy to be invited and get to see your daughter. You have to come to the wedding today. You said that you would. You can't just try to get out of it now. What's the matter with you? What are you trying to pull here?
Well, the thing is that the day Julie is getting married is actually the same day that my son is getting married. And anyways, I just think that I'm going to be at my son's wedding and not Julie's.
Hold on a second. Are you trying to tell me that you were really going to pick some random kid's wedding to go over your own daughter's? This is Julie we're talking about. You literally gave birth to her.
Really that, but at the same time, she has been the source of a lot of pain for me, as I'm sure that you know. And I don't really want to go to a wedding where I'm going to have to pretend to be the mother that I never was to her. So I hope that you can understand where I'm coming from when I say that I simply just won't be able to make it.
You think this is about you? This has nothing to do with you at all. How could you be this selfish? We are talking about the daughter that you literally carried inside of you for 9 months. Not only that, but the man she is marrying is extremely rich. He's the son of the owner of the Brunswick Real Estate Company.
Wait, hold on a second. What do you mean by that? Is he really?
Of course he is. How dare you even doubt the caliber of a man that a woman like Julie would be able to land as her husband? This is why you have to be there at her wedding.
But there must be some kind of mistake. I mean, why would Julie be marrying him?
There has been a huge mistake if you think that you're going to get away with missing something like this. So you better be there. Hey, Just what the heck do you think you're doing with the groom side of the family, huh? What's going on here?
What are you talking about? I'm here on the groom side of the family because I'm the mother of the groom. In fact, you have some nerve sending a message like that to me when you spilled your wine all over my dress.
You aren't making any sense at all. I want you to explain yourself right now. Just what were you thinking, getting up to give a speech after you've been doused in wine?
You know, I don't think I'll ever be able to forget the look on your face as you were piecing it all together after I stood up to speak. But I've already made what happened between us very clear to everyone at the wedding. And just like I said, the wedding is off.
No, you can't do this to us. You can't just cancel the wedding. Take it back right now. Julie was looking forward to this for so long. You can't just rob us of this.
I'm sorry, Kenny, but if you're looking for anyone to blame, how about you start with yourself? I saw how you were looking at me when I walked into the venue. You look like a little kid trying really poorly to hide a big secret. I should have known you would have tried what you were going to do when you threw that wine on me. But I controlled my anger and decided to stay.
But why would you even stay? I thought that you were going to show up for us and that I would be able to drive you out and humiliate you in front of everyone.
Yes, well, after you did that, I talked to my husband and he said that I should mention your little prank in my speech. And so I did just that. I got up with a dress soaked in wine and I told everyone all about what you had done to me. After all, I was literally wearing the evidence.
So you mean this was your plan the whole time? You were always going to try and sabotage the wedding like this?
Of course not. I would never come to a wedding with the intention to do something like that. Although, I must say that I'm surprised at how fast you work. After all, even though I told you I wasn't going to make it to Julie's wedding, you still managed to find a stand-in mother.
But, I mean, you said that you weren't going to be here. We needed to find someone to sit in and pretend to be Julie's mom. Of course we arranged to have a fake mom here.
No, that isn't it, and I know it. I know that you've been with this woman for a while. Even while we were married.
Wait, what? What do you mean? How did you know that? Who told you? Huh?
Actually, she was the one who came up to me. She recognized me from when we were both together. She told me all about how long you two had been together, and that I shouldn't have come here. She even told me to leave.
Damn that woman. What in the world is she thinking? Trying to do something like that?
Oh, please. The only reason you wanted me here at the wedding in the first place was so that you can try and get money from me. But did you really think that I was going to just come to this wedding just like that, after all the horrible things you did to me?
Oh, who cares about that? You should have just wanted to come to this wedding anyways. It's your daughter getting married. Doesn't that mean anything to you?
So I should have looked forward to a wedding where you were just going to continue to abuse me? But don't worry, even my husband's family knows all about what a horrible family Julie comes from.
Why did you have to go and talk to them about us? What's the matter with you? I mean, I still can't believe that you actually married to that guy. I had no idea that you two were together.
I think it's funny that you thought my husband was ever going to let his son get married to such awful people.
Well, we would have gotten away with it if you didn't ruin this for us. Please, you have to do something to fix this. Your husband is saying that the engagement is off. You have to stop him. Please, you have to talk to him and set this all straight for us. You're the only one that can help us.
If you ask me, that's exactly what you deserve, you jerks. Anyways, have a nice life. Just don't interfere with mine anymore. After that, Kenny and Julie both tried to apologize to me, but I wasn't having any of it at all. They walked right up to me in the venue and got on their knees to beg my forgiveness. But I just looked at my husband and son and said that I would be going home early for the day. Later at home, I was able to tell my family all about the kinds of things that I had to go through while living with Kenny. I never really opened up about my last marriage, but it seemed as good a time as any to, given the circumstances. My husband was sitting next to me the whole time, holding my hand, while I detailed all of my experiences. When I finished speaking, all my son could say was that he was sure glad he dodged that bullet. Then he said how grateful he was that I'd come into his life. Of course, I'm sad that my son's marriage fell apart the way that it did, but given who he was marrying, the marriage wasn't meant to last anyways. As for me, I'm just happy to have found such a supportive family and a new home. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.